Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with Islip. I am Islip, and today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to have a face cam and a cam. Now, we'll see if this actually makes the cut. In any ways, today we are taking a look at DX9's, let's see, Triple Changer, Rise of the Empire Chigurh. And it is their take on Astrotrain in a pretty masterpiece way. And here's his famous line from, well, a little bit altered from the Transformers movie. Like, jettison some weight or we'll never make it to Cybertron. Not Digital Star, Cybertron. And his name is Chigurh. Or Chigurh. I don't know. And he is an Astrotrain. You can see him. This is the episode where he took on the when he didn't take on. He became like king of the trains or whatever, and then I'm not sure which that's from. And this is where he is coordinating Starscream, and there he's throwing an energon cube. And here we have some nice looking schematics. Turns into a steam locomotive and a thing. And there's Cosmos. Look, there's Cosmos. Him and Omega Supreme right there. I'm not sure what that's about. And then here he is being worshipped by humanoids. So, yeah. And I have one other DX9 product that I know of, and it's the fairly awesome take on Crasher. But let's go ahead and open this box up. In the box, aside from the actual figure, you'll get a card, and that's okie dokie. You'll get the instructions, which are sort of almost helpful. You'll have better luck looking at somebody's review with the transformations and figure out, because there's a lot of stuff that they should be focusing on in here that they just kind of glance over. And then you've got sort of like a DX9's little toy catalog, if you will, which is pretty nice, pretty nifty. The only things I'm really interested in right now are on this side. I've got Kokomon, I've got Chigurh now. Maybe Invisible, maybe Carrie. Okay, I'll go with Carrie. And of course, there's Salmore. And then, oh, I didn't even notice. There's like a little comic on the side with Blitzwing. So, yeah, Blitzwing, and there's Invisible, and hopefully we'll be getting Blitzwing soon. I want Blitzwing. I need a Blitzwing. So let's go ahead and open this up. I'm opening up this way because I've got the camera set the way it is for a reason, because this is the way the figure comes. It comes in locomotive mode, which is why you get this long, thin package. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like, what the hell? Because, when you get masterpiece type figures, you normally get a box that's about at least twice the width of the figure. So, go ahead and open this up. Go ahead and get him out carefully, because I did pay a lot of money, and also because he has die cast in it. Now this figure is an awesome figure. I was going to skip this figure because I didn't like the locomotive mode, and I wasn't really sold on the shuttle mode. But after giving a few more looks, doing a little more research and whatnot, I really liked it. It's not without its issues. Honestly, there's really there's two issues that I have with this figure. The transformation is fine. It's involved, but it's nothing. It's nothing you wouldn't expect, and it's not nearly like the level of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. It's nothing like that. The wheels do turn, but because they're plastic, they tend not to roll very well. You got one wheel in the front rolling. That's the nature of plastic wheels. Sometimes they roll, sometimes they don't, especially when it has no grip. It's screwed in there. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that before, and I hope this has been focused. Let's make sure it's focusing. So, but all around, pretty cool locomotive. Here is the gun and front landing gear and flight stand stick. They did a really amazing job with this, to be honest with you. Amazing. There are a few gaps. You can see right there. There's a little gap, and unfortunately, that's just how the figure is. There had to be, there's some gaps here, but you don't normally notice it. You put it down, you look, you play with it, and it looks pretty cool. You can see parts of the shuttle here, but it's not too bad. It almost looks like a cow catcher. Now, obviously, this is a different kind of locomotive than the G1 Astrotrain was. The back looks about right, but everything else kind of looks a little off. I will try to include a picture somewhere of this, whatchamacallit, of what he's supposed to look like in the G1. So, and if you're wondering what's going on, we are in my house, and it's too cold to be outside. It's gonna rain, so we're in my house, and I'm using my computer, which is right over to that side. And yeah, let's do size comparison because I've been on there a long time. Here he is with, this is a deluxe figure from the Motomaster. This is Dead End, was it? Dead End, Breakneck, I forget. So you can see, not quite in scale. The car's a wee bit too big. I'm pretty sure the car should be only up to about maybe that wheel there. But hey, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. It's Transformers. Nothing's ever in scale. There you can have well, let's do this. Turn it around this way so you can see. In this form, Chigurh is long, but not quite in scale what he would be if he was a locomotive. If he was a real locomotive, he'd probably be out to maybe there. But that's okay. He is still pretty cool, and he does what I need him to do. So let's see, do I have any other vehicles? I don't really have any vehicles. Let's go ahead and there you go with Masterpiece Frenzy. In this country, he would have been Rumble because that's what they colored him. But in Japan and the original toys, and this came in a box that said Frenzy. So this is Frenzy, not Rumble. And here we go. We've got Rumble. So you've got an idea of how big this figure is. They're Legends class, so you can see how big he is. For those of you with a Wii U, here is Amiibo Mario from the Super Mario thing. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Now I'm going to attempt this transformation on screen. Just making sure that because my monitor's over there. Just bear with me. This transformation is a little rough, and I'll probably be able to show you the QC issue I had. I think it's just I just happen to be the unlucky person to get it because every review I've seen never has this issue. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the gun off, or the landing gear. We're gonna what are we gonna do? This. I'm gonna put that down like this, and this comes down like so. We're gonna set that to the side. Well, actually, we're gonna leave it in the landing gear mode. We're gonna do that. We're gonna set it to the side. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna pull this off. And yes, there's parts forming. It's very minor. You can see it pulls the head down. It's very minor. It's just really this plate and the gun. This plate is parts formery because well, they had to do something. It does work in every mode. It does have a purpose in every single mode. So keep that in mind. So we'll put that over here. Whoops. And
is this just a dream?
And this is where I have the QC issue. I don't know if you can notice that this pin right here is a little off. Is this the one? Yep, this is the one. See, comes right out because when the pin was put in, let's see if I can do this. I don't know if you can see it, but it is bent. Let me hold it like that. Zoom in. And you can see how it goes sort of like a J. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be straight, almost like a T. See, it's supposed to look like that. When you turn it sideways, you can see that the head is bent at an angle, which means that this will not fit into the hole properly and will not grab this piece down here like it's supposed to. So it's not a it's not a super huge QC. Well, it's not a super huge issue because I haven't lost this little pin yet. But it does mean. Wait, which way are you supposed to go? You're supposed to go like that. Okay. It does mean that I have to be very careful because this little pin likes to pop out a lot. Okay, you go like this because you're the underside of the thing. And yeah, it's a pain in the butt. And I probably should try, you know what? I didn't even think of it. I should probably try, once I get it in there, to throw some crazy glue in there. Maybe. I've tried to straighten out that pin and I cannot do it. So anyway. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this, and you see this square or rectangular indentation there. That's going to go over these two prongs here, and that will be the landing gear. Like so. So, now you've got a space shuttle, which unfortunately is gappy, but if you look at every other reviewer's review of this figure, and I've looked at a lot of them, they have the same issues. Why? Hold on one second. Okay. They have the same exact issues. So, yeah, I mean, all things considered, for what it does, this thing does an amazing job. And yes, it's a squat space shuttle. Do I care? No, actually, I like this because it looks like it can hold a bunch of giant robots. I mean, it's not size-wise big enough, but this just gives it more of a, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me almost of the Renegade ship from what show? GoBots. So, you know, where it was squat, but it turned into a base and whatever. So this looks pretty cool. This looks really, really nice. I do love this mode. I'm not gonna lie, I do love this mode. I mean, it is, again, it does have gaps. There's like this whole empty panel right there. Like, this is just crazy. But all things considered, yeah, that looks good. And then you can take this and you can combine it with, with this. See, that's the only issue about this stand thing. It doesn't quite stand right, and for some reason it can never get the stick to stand at a different angle than this. So what you end up doing is you end up taking this and poking it in. Now I thought it was supposed to go this way, because to me that makes more sense, and poke it in. But when you do that, the flight stand is too far forward, is it? No, the flight stand leans forward, so you have a space shuttle that is not going to stay up there. So what you have to do is make sure you put it in this way. Okay, I put it in too far. I hope it'll come out now. Okay. Put it in and turn it the other way like this. So then when you're putting it down, it's straight. So then you've got a space shuttle that's just kind of cruising. So let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. And unfortunately, I don't seem to have any other clip points for, like, you would think that because it's got these two nubs on the side, it would clip in somewhere over here. It does not. It really does not clip in there. It's just held on by the power of friction, which can sometimes be a good thing and sometimes not. In this case, it works. So you got your space shuttle on the flight stand, so it can look like it's flying, whee, although it really doesn't look like it's being supported by a piece of machinery. Or maybe like it was supposed to be attached to something else. But you know what else this also reminds me of? Like something from Power Rangers. Power Rangers Solar Max Megazord? I forget. But yeah, and again, we'll do some size comparisons. So here he is with dead end. And there you can see it is way too squat to be in. It's even an even worse scale than the other figure. Hold on, I have a masterpiece figure actually to compare it to. Here we have Masterpiece Starscream, who I'm having a hard time getting into the frame with him. I only have so much space to work with. It's not like I can easily pull the camera back out. But as you can see, he is definitely way out of scale. A space shuttle, like you need a whatever. We'll just you need a 747 to bring it down or whatever, or used to be anyway. There is no way one of these little airplanes, is going to be big enough. But again, it's Transformers, so it's not really about scale. Let's get you out of here for now. And we'll go ahead and transform him again. So let's pull this piece off. We're going to lay this piece here again to the side until we need it. We're going to take this part and we're going to, while this is up, flip this out and over, push the wheel into that recess, close that, and then pull the handle down. And now we're going to put this one off to the side. Now this is your own personal preference. I don't know what the instruction booklet says to do about this, but what I do is I fold this up I do that because it gives him a better profile when you put the arms down. We're going to put the arms down at a more natural looking. I always do it so the silver parts of his arms are facing forward. And whoa, okay. And again, this freaking thing popped out because, of course, the pin won't stay. Again, that is an issue with mine. It does not appear to be a rampant issue. So, all right, we're going to put this to the side for now. It's not really necessary. And there we've got Chigurh in his robot mode, and he is pretty nice. He's pretty nice. He's also pretty sizable. And something seems off. Okay, there we go. There we go. So he's pretty nice. He's pretty sizable. I will go ahead and get some comparisons in right away. We've got Soundwave, Masterpiece Soundwave, and you can see he is taller than Masterpiece Soundwave, and it isn't because I've got them standing at an angle. There we go. You can see he is half a head taller than Starscream. I mean, whatever the hell his name is. What is your name? Soundwave. We have Masterpiece Thundercracker, who is hard to stand because I've got this is the original Masterpiece Thundercracker. So so you can see he is what, 2 heads taller? Like an inch and change? We have a deluxe Voyager Masterpiece size figure in Kokomon. Way down in Kokomon. And you can see he is almost twice the size of, so Sideswipe, Wheeljack, they're all going to be this height here, and you can see he really outclasses them. We've got Generations Megatron, who he is slightly taller than, but not by much. So, and I can live with that because, again, he turns into a space shuttle and to a, whatchamacallit. Let's see, what else? Since I don't actually have one of my Blitzwings handy, I have my Cloud Starscream handy. Same size as, it's the Voyager Blitzwing mode, and you can see he is much bigger than Blitzwing. But then again, if you went by vehicle scales, he would definitely be much bigger than Blitzwing because Blitzwing's plane mode would be half the size of his mode, and his tank mode again wouldn't be as long as the locomotive. So that's cool, and I just like showing this figure off. Did this last year, and it's one of the best figures I've done so far. Maybe the head isn't quite the right size, but it works. I don't care. So yeah, that is his size comparison. He has the gun. Now, here's one of the other issues I have. The gun will only fit in his left hand. For some reason, the grooves on his right hand are too tight. The grooves are tight. First off, the grooves are extremely tight. They are extremely tight. Oh my goodness. But for some reason, I've had this guy for about 4 days now, and I cannot get him to hold the gun in his right hand. So he'll have to do it in his left hand. See, I got the gun in the left hand. I just can't do it in the right. Wahaha! Okay. And other than that, though, he is pretty cool. He has a lot of posability. However, he has quite a few hindrances. His head, it is on a ball joint, so it moves around. And if you want to get him looked down, you just pop his head up a little bit, and he will look down. Look a little strange, but he'll look down. Shoulders are on a ratchet, and they also do that. He's got double elbows, which have two swivels and two bendy points. His hand rotates. It's on a mushroom peg, so it does a 360. His thumb is on a ball joint. His three fingers are one molded piece that will clasp, and his index finger is a separate piece unto itself, which can pop off. I've already popped it off once, so be careful. I don't know why everybody insists on using that kind of. I mean, put a little pin in it or something. You could have put a pin through the whole thing. So, he has a waist because of transformation. He has a waist. It's very ratchety, and you can hear the metal in there. His legs go forward. They bend about that far. They rotate. They also, like, you've got a... No, you don't. I was going to say you have two bends, but you don't. You have one bend right there. They rotate up at the upper thigh. They rotate at the knee. Which means that if you wanted to, you could put the wheels to the back instead of to the front. But, and I mean, it'll look nicer. But then you lose out on stability. He is very top heavy. He is very leg heavy. But, like, the joints that go into his hip, they are not ratcheted. So you can see, look, the leg is too heavy. It will slide down. Turn this the right way. His feet can pivot like that. They can also do that. The heels are fairly worthless because they don't lock in anywhere. So if you are thinking that you can, pose them with all that weight on the back, if you move things around, not only will he tilt back, but his legs will start to slide up because they do not. I don't know why they didn't put any die cast in the feet. The legs right here, the feet, nothing. So he doesn't. He bounces okay as long as you don't do too much. If you start doing stuff, then he starts flippity floppity, and that's a problem. But if you're just using him to pose with the masterpieces, then you're fine. So, and speaking of, let's just get everybody out here and see what they look like. So, we've got you. We've got Megatron, who's not a masterpiece, but he is still pretty good. And I had him as an Autobot, but I just need him as a Decepticon. I'll get another one and whatever. We have... Okay. DX9's Kokomon. We'll throw her in there too. Because she's a shorty. Let's see. We have... I'd put Starscream in there, but Starscream is in his jet mode. So we'll put Thundercracker. Not Thundercracker. Skywarp. I must have said Thundercracker earlier too. Skywarp. I need a Thundercracker. So we'll just tilt his wings back just so that they're out of the way. Oh, well. Just so that they're out of the way and he can stand in the picture. And then we'll just throw in some random little figures that are still masterpiece figures. We'll put them in here. Why not? Because, why not? Frenzy and Rumble. You take your pick as who you think should be who. I don't care. To me, Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue. And there we go. We have our masterpieces. Well, mostly masterpieces. Okay, Megatron's not a masterpiece, but he's a stand-in until I get Apollyon. And he fits in really well with these guys. He really does. He fits in, I think, perfectly. Perfectly. And I know Crasher doesn't use weapons, but whatever. Yeah, so I got him from TF Source. There was a problem with the post office not updating their whatchamacallit properly. So I thought my package had never shipped, and it got to me, and everything updated, and they have great customer service. Cool beans. Um, what else can I say? It's an awesome triple change, and I'm looking forward to more. I'm looking also into getting Toy World's Evila Star. The when they put out the actual they have a third version coming out that looks um it's got the right head on it, and it's got the right colors, so it's the same colors as this instead of the toy colors and the toy look. Yeah, that will be for, I guess, more classic scale stuff. But in any case, awesome figure, awesome figure. It's got a few little problems. Mine came with an extra problem that everybody else's does not have. But uh, if you're looking for a masterpiece, Astrotrain, Chigurh is your Astrotrain. If you're looking for a third-party triple changing Astrotrain, well, honestly, until that other that new Avila Star comes out, the one with the cartoon accurate head and the cartoon accurate colors comes out, until that happens, this is the one you want. This is the one you want. I mean, the space shuttle's a little stunted, and the train mode is a different locomotive than the one from the G1, but the robot mode is spot on. It is awesome. So I am Islip. Thank you for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. Ciao. Ciao. Forgot I had that camera over there. Ciao.